Hello and welcome to week 1 of our owl crochet along with Ogo Yarn. I am your host Sarah at Repeat Crafter Me. Let's dive right in. So we are going to be separating our Ogo yarn colors, and then we will be working on the body and the head portion of our cute little owl stuffy. So to separate your yarn, all you need is one Ogo for this. We are going to go ahead and open up. Take it out of the package, and then you will see right at the bottom, there's a little plastic tie, and we're just going to cut that. So take your scissors, cut it, pull out that plastic tie, okay? And now we're going to separate our 3 colors, and to do this, it's very simple. You are going to just gently pull where you see those colors meet. Okay, just comes right apart, and you can even, you can see where the yarn is transitioned there. I'm just gonna cut out that little piece. Okay, so we have one color. And now let's separate the last 2 pieces. So again, just kind of work your fingers in there. Pull. Okay. Comes right apart, and then find where the color meets. And we can just clip it. Okay. And now we have our 3 colors ready to work and crochet. So very simple. You're going to pull from the outside. Okay, so find the yarn strand that pulls from the outside. All right, and that's what we're going to be starting with. And for our owl, we are going to be, the body is going to be with this lighter cream color, and then we're going to do the head in this darker brown, and then we're using the yellow for the beak and the feet. Very simple. So I'm just going to put this to the side. Okay, and let's get started on the body. So grab your size crochet K hook, and again, grab the end, pulling from the outside of your cream colored Ogo yarn. And we are going to do a magic ring, and we're going to make 10 single crochets. Okay, so just looping the yarn over as so. Inserting my hook, pulling the yarn up. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to make 10 single crochets all in this ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're going to pull that tight. We're going to join to that first single crochet. So we're going to join. If I can get my hook under there. We're going to chain 1. And for round 2, we're going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Okay. So working in that first stitch, 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets in the next, and keep going all the way around for a total of 20 single crochets. (17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, here we are. At the end of round 2, we're going to go ahead and join to that first single crochet. Chain 1. I'm going to unravel some of my Ogo because I have it sitting on the table. Okay, let's do round 3. And so we're going to make 2 single crochets in the first stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next, and we're going to repeat that sequence all the way around. So 2 single crochets in the first, 1 single crochet in the next, 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, all the way around for a total of 30 single crochets. Okay, here's the end of round 3. Join, chain 1. So round 4, very simple. We're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. Very simple. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, join, chain 1. Now let's go on to round 5, where we're going to make 2 single crochets in the first stitch, and then we're going to make 1 single crochet in the next 2. So 2 single crochets all in 1 stitch, and then a single crochet in the next 2. 2 single crochets in the first, to start, then 2 single crochets in the next 2, all the way around. You should have a total of 40 stitches after this round. Okay, now let's join, chain 1. All right, so now we're going to be smooth sailing up until round 12. All we're doing is single crocheting in each stitch around. Okay, so rounds 6 through 12, all you're going to do is single crochet in each stitch around, join at the end of each round, chain 1, and just keep going till we get to, till you finish round 12. So I will meet you at the end of round 12, and we will continue from there. All right, so here we are at the end of round 12. Your owl should look like this. This is going to be the body. And let's go ahead and get started on round 13. We are going to make a single crochet decrease over the first 2, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 2. All right, so to make a single crochet decrease, very simple. Insert your hook, pull your yarn through, insert into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, and then yarn over and close that up by pulling it through all those loops. Okay, so then we'll make 1 single crochet in the next 2. Let's make that single crochet decrease again over these next 2 stitches. pull your yarn through the first one, pull your yarn through the second one, yarn over, and pull through those 3 loops. Okay, single crochet in those next 2. All right, we're just going to repeat that all the way around. Single crochet decrease and single crochet in the next 2. Right, should end with those 2 single crochets. We are going to join, chain 1. We're going to go ahead and work on round 14. So for this round, all you do is single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, join. Round 15, we're going to make that single crochet decrease over the first 2 and then 1 single crochet in the next. So single crochet decrease over the first 2, 1 single crochet in the next. Single crochet decrease, 1 single crochet. Right, all the way around. Okay, the end of that round, join, chain 1. And now is a good time. You might want to weave in your starting end at the bottom and then go ahead and start stuffing the base a little bit with some polyfill fiber stuffing. Okay, comes in a big pack. Looks like this. You can do this at the end too. I think you might have some room, but it's easiest if you kind of get started. Stuff a little bit in there now. We can always stuff more in a little bit. Okay. Now, for the 16th round, we're just going to go ahead and single crochet in each stitch around with this, still working with our first color, our cream colored yarn. After this round, we're going to go ahead and fasten off. We're going to add in our dark brown color for the head. And this is worked all in one piece. So there's really no stitching together of the head and the body when we're done. It's going to be all in one piece, very easy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to join, but as I do, I should have this ready. I'm going to take the end of this darker brown color I'm using for the head. All right. and you're just going to slip stitch it into join, just a regular join, and chain 1. Okay, at this point I'm just going to clip off that lighter color. Again, this would be a good time to maybe weave that in. And now we're going to be working on round 17, and you should have your new color attached. We're going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch around for a total of 40 stitches. So 2 single crochets in the first stitch, 2 in the next, 2 in the next. Ooh. Okay, continuing all the way around for the start of the head. Look like that so far. Seven, 38, 39, and 40 stitches. Okay, now join. Let's take a look at this. All right, now is probably a good time to weave this in if you haven't already done that previously. I'm just going to weave it in real quick. You can obviously do a little bit of a better job making sure it's secure. Okay, and this one too, so they won't get in your way. You're going to need a fairly large tapestry needle while I'm working with this blanket yarn. It's a little thicker. Okay, I'm just going to clip that off so we can continue. All right, round 18 to the 23rd round. All you got to do is single crochet in each stitch around. All right, so again, very simple stitches here. You should have a total of 40 stitches. So you're going to go ahead, this is round 18. We're going to single crochet in each stitch around. And then I'm going to meet you at the end of round 23. And we will finish the head at that point. All right, here we are at the end of round 23. I'm just going to join, chain 1, and then round 24, we're going to make a single crochet decrease and 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. All right, so your owl body and head should look like this so far. Looking good. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Single crochet decrease, single crochet in the next 2. Oh, I'm standing on my yarn. All right, single crochet decrease, single crochet in the next 2. Okay, continue this, repeating all the way around. And we're actually almost done. single crochet in those last two. Let's join, join chain one. And now for the last round of the body and then the head, we are going to do round 25. And this is just one single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, here we are at the end of round 25. We're going to join, okay? We are going to fasten this off, but when you do, please leave a long strand of yarn because this is what you're going to use to seam this shut. Not right now, we're not going to seam it shut, but at the end of week 2, we have to add our face first. We are going to be using our tapestry needle and closing up the top. So leave yourself enough yarn that you're going to be able to do that, close the top, and then weave in your end. So if you can see, I kind of left this probably is a little too long, but better safe than sorry. So here is what you should have at the end of week 1. You can go ahead and stuff a little more at the bottom if you'd like. You don't want to stuff it so full that it's sticking out the stitches, although these are pretty solid, pretty well crocheted. There isn't many holes. So you can stuff a little more down there. I would avoid stuffing the head because again, we are going to want to add the eyes and the beak. So wait to stuff the head until you have those elements stitched on. And I look forward to you joining me for week 2. Okay, welcome to week 2 of the Ogo Owl Crochet Along. I'm your host, Sarah at Repeat Crafter Me. So in week 1, we made the body and the head. It should still be open. Do not sew it shut yet. This week, we're going to be creating the eyes, the beak, the wings, and the feet. And then in the 3rd week, we will stitch them all on and finish up this cute owl. So you should have about this much left of the darker brown yarn. That'll be enough for the 2 wings. And then this much, about this much for the eyes, which is plenty. And then you should still, we haven't worked with our yellow color yet. And you will have, again, more than enough for the beak and the feet. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and make 1 on camera, and you are going to want to make 2 of each of the eyes and the wings and the feet. So let's get started with the eyes. Okay, so grab, move that to the side. Grab your cream color yarn, and we are going to make our magic ring, and we are going to make 10 single crochets in the ring. So chain 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pull tight. You're going to join to that first single crochet and chain 1. Now for the second round, we're going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch around. And that's basically going to bring us to the end of it. So 2 single crochets. In each stitch, 2 single crochets. Should have a total of 20 stitches. join. Now you're going to want to clip off your yarn. You want to leave a little bit of a long tail because you're going to use that to stitch onto the head portion later. Clip off about right there. Okay, should have your long tail. And then we will talk about a safety eye and some other options in week 3. Now let's grab the kind of yellow yarn and we're going to make the beak. Okay, so you're just going to make a slip knot, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 single crochet in that second chain from hook. Okay, so there's your second chain from hook. And then a single crochet in the last 2. Chain 1, we're going to turn, and we are going to do a single crochet decrease, but over 3 stitches. So that's basically a how you do a normal one, but you're going to go under that last stitch. So you're going to have 4 loops on hook, pull through, chain 1, make that 1 last single crochet, and you are done. Beak's going to go this way. Okay, so we're going to fasten this off. Again, leave a bit of a tail here because we're going to have to stitch it onto the face over the eyes. All right, looks like a little mini pizza there, huh? All right, so set this off to the side. Let's get started on the wings. All right, so you're grabbing your darker brown yarn. Again, you're going to want to make 2 of these. I'm only going to do 1 on camera. You only need 1 beak. All right, so let's make your magic ring. Chain 1 and 4 single crochets in this magic ring. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, it's going to be tight, it's going to be small. You can do it. Just fit your hook right there under that first single crochet, join, chain 1, round 2. We're going to make 2 single crochets in that first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next, 2 single crochets in the next, and 1 single crochet in the last. And I know it looks funky. I know it feels like you're far away from that joining stitch, but just reach your hook over, join. Okay, start of the bottom of the wing, chain 1. Let's go on to round 3. Okay, so we're going to do 2 single crochets. Where am I here? 2 single crochets in the first, single crochet in the next 2. 2 single crochets, and then single crochet in the next 2. That brings us to the end there. Reach your hook in, join, chain 1. Okay, next stitch, 1 single crochet. Oh, nope, 2 single crochets, sorry, in the first and 1 single crochet in the next 3. So basically we're just increasing. 1, 2, 3. So 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. All right, join. It should get easier now to find where you need to join. Chain 1. Okay. Okay, 2 single crochets in the first, 1 single crochet in the next 4. 2 2 single crochets, and then a single crochet in the next 4. I should say the last 4. Okay, join. All right, we're going on to round 6. We are doing 2 single crochets in the first and 1 single crochet in the next 5. It's pretty easy repetition here of increases. 3, 4, and 5, 2 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, join, chain 1. Here we go, increase again. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first, 1 single crochet in the next 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 2 single crochets, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, let's join. All right, another increase, 2 single crochets in the first, single crochet in the next 7, 2 single crochets, single crochet in the next 7. 6 and 7. Join, chain 1. Okay, it should look like this. Starting to look like a wing. Now we only have 2 more rounds. For your 9th round, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. Okay. And then for the last round, let's join, chain 1, the 10th round, we're going to single crochet decrease and single crochet in the next 4. So single crochet decrease, single crochet in the next 4. 3, 4. Single crochet decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4. Join. Your wing is finished. I would probably weave in that end, and there is no need to stuff this with polyfill. You're going to want to fasten off, leaving a fairly long tail because we will be stitching this onto our owl in week 3. All right, let's grab the yellowish yarn and get started on the owl feet. They will look like that. Okay, I'm going to make one on camera, but you are going to make 2 of these. So we're going to go ahead and make our magic ring. Chain 1, 6 single crochets in the ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull tight. Join to that first single crochet. Round 2, we're going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch around for a total of 12 single crochets. So that was 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Join, chain 1. Round 3, we're going to make a single crochet in that first stitch, 2 single crochets in the next. Just repeat that around. So 1 single crochet and then 2 in the next. 1, 2 in the next, 1 single crochet, 2 in the next, 1, 2, 1, 2 in the last. Okay, join. All right, so now for the 4th round, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch. Very easy. And then we're going to shape it. I'll show you in a second. So just finish single crocheting in each stitch around. Okay, there's our last one. Now you're going to want to join. Let's leave a fairly long tail as we've been doing. Okay, pull this through. All right, should look like this. You can weave your end. Really gonna want to weave that middle end in real quick. Okay, and then, all right. Now, you're gonna just fold it, right? Your end should be on an end, all right? Because we are going to use our tapestry needle to shape this foot. Okay, so I'm gonna start stitching this closed just by working under the single crochet stitches, okay? So we're just working. Then when I get to about this 3rd stitch here, we're going to close it. Then I'm going to loop this around. Okay. I come back in. Pull it tight. So it kind of makes a little indent right there. You see that? So it starts to look like a little webbed foot talon. Okay, we're going to do the same on this side too. So you're just going to keep going, stitching the top of this together. Until I get to the other side. So about here, so I have about 3 stitches left to close. All right, I'm weaving in, wrap that around, come back up the top. Okay, I'm kind of holding it here until I pull tight, and when I pull, see how it kind of makes that foot, those 3 little bumps. All right, so pull that tight and then continue to close up the rest of the stitches. And you are not going to want to fasten off as we get to the end here, because we are going to need this long tail to stitch it onto the bottom of our owl. Okay, so you should have your foot, you should have 2 of these, 2 wings, 2 eyes, and 1 beak ready to go for week 3. Hello, welcome to week 3 of the Ogo Owl Crochet Along. I am Sarah at Repeat Crafter Me, hosting for Yarnspirations. And so you should have the body and head done, still open, 2 eyes crocheted, a beak, 2 wings, and 2 feet. I have some black safety eyes, but I'm going to show you a second option here with a little bit of worsted weight yarn if these safety eyes make you nervous. So let's go ahead and stitch this owl together. Also grab your tapestry needle, maybe a pair of scissors, and the rest of your polyfill fiber stuffing. So let's start with the eyes. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and use these safety eyes. You can get these at most craft stores or online. So it comes in 2 parts here. So this is the front part. This is the eye, the eyeball, and it has the back on it. And then it has this little plastic portion that you're going to just, once it's in here, push down and it clamps it shut. So I like to use these. They're a pretty easy way to make a cute little eye, and you could place it kind of to the side. You could just put it in the middle. Okay, and then clamp it. Now, if you don't like using these, just make a little crocheted eye out of worsted weight yarn. This is just a magic ring with 6 single crochets, and you could just stitch this right on. Again, it could go in the middle. It could go kind of off to the side a little bit. You can do 2 of them. So this is a great second option. I'm going to go ahead and just put these in and leave it at this. Okay, so you should hear it clamp down. That's how you know it's secure. Okay, I'm going to do one for this side as well. All right, now you are ready to stitch your eyes onto the head. Now make sure that your loose end is on one of the ends, all right? Because that's how we're gonna stitch this closed. All right, so that means that if it's gonna be stitched closed like this, I'm gonna be stitching my eyes on just like this. Okay. Owl's gonna have these cute eyes going on. All right, so let's take your tapestry needle. You're just gonna kind of place it where you think it should go. Okay. And all you do, okay, let's see, it's about right there because my other ones need to go there. You're just gonna work right under the ends of your stitches and right through, okay? You're just going to follow along, back and forth, along the edge, working under the tops of those stitches, in through the middle. This is why we didn't really stuff it yet, so we have room to put your hands down there and really stitch this on. Okay. Going. All right. And through that side. Got that eye kind of close to the edge, but that's okay. Just go for it like that. Okay. Now that eye's pretty secure, and you're going to want to, this is what it should look like on the inside. Again, this is going to be stitched closed, so go ahead and just weave in your ends on the inside there. Going back and forth. Okay. We're going to need this because we need to stitch on our second eye right about there. I try and overlap them just a little bit. Okay, so same technique, working under the tops of those stitches all the way around. It's okay to overlap the eyes a little bit. So I'm going to come in kind of under. There we go. Or at least so they're touching. You can also use the rounds of the head to kind of measure where they need to go. So I see I have this eye is kind of at the bottom meeting between this row, so I should probably have this eye come down so it's level. I feel like there we go. Try not to get your loose ends tangled there. That's what almost happened. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna weave that in real quick. Okay, and you can weave this in a little tighter and knot it if you'd like. I'm just trying to show you guys real quick for this video. All right, now we're gonna take our beak. You should have your eyes looking about like that. And so the beak should overlap kind of under the eyeballs, if that's where you placed them. Again, you can place your little eyes in the center there. And then we're gonna stitch the beak on right underneath. It can go actually either way. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just stitch this on, same way we stitched on those eyes. So you're going to work under the edges of these stitches. Trying to be pretty careful here. Okay. And then it will be overlapping the eye, so you're going to want to bring your tapestry needle through that eye and into the corner there. Okay. This guy's pretty cute. Okay. Sure that's down. Look at that. All right. I got a little fuzz. Okay. Same thing. You're going to want to weave this in pretty well. Maybe even better than that. Again, I'm just trying to show you guys kind of an example here. All right, so we have our face on. Now we can take the rest of our stuffing, okay? And you're gonna wanna stuff the rest of this owl. So now if you feel like you need to put a little bit more at the bottom, you can do that. All right, and then stuff the head. I think that's pretty good, to be honest. Okay. Oops, I didn't get my loose end looped through. All right. Now, let's stitch the top of the head together. And this is going to kind of make those, the way this stitches together, so you're going to pinch it closed. Remember, your loose end should be on one side. And see how already you can see it kind of comes up into that little ear formation. All right, so you're just going to kind of pinch this together, fuzzies everywhere. All right, and then just work under the tops of these stitches and stitch it closed. Fun little tip here is if you go in a couple times around those top corners, it does kind of make that ear stick up a little more, the little owl ear. Subtle, but it's there. I'll do one more time over here in this corner. Okay. Now just keep working under the tops of these stitches. Just pinch it. Okay. We're looking good. Okay, almost at the end. Just like we did on this side, if you want to loop it around a couple more times right here on these end stitches, makes more of that little ear. Maybe one more time. There you go. How cute is that? All right, so now just weave the strand in. Again, make sure it's secure. Flip off. All right, let's start on the wings. All right, so I did not stuff these, okay? And again, just kind of like that head, you wanna make sure that you've pinched it closed where your strand is on the edge, because that's how we are going to stitch it on. Now, another little trick is I mean, it's barely visible, but I can see a little bit of a seam right here from where we joined. So I would stitch it on this way so you don't have a seam where your wing is. And then right here where the two colors meet is where you're going to try and work your needle underneath it. So we're going to go through the tops of both of these stitches because this needs to be stitched closed. And then underneath, and I know it gets a little tricky, just underneath where that head and body meet. Okay. Let's go in one more time there. You might have to just kind of press down because it's so big and fluffy. I'm kind of lining it up right where that ear is. Okay, so go under. Hope you guys can see this. And I'm just finding a stitch right there where the head and body meet. Okay, I'm going to go back over a little bit just to make sure it's secure. All right, and then you can weave your stitches. Weave this in. You can either go down through the wing or kind of come through the head just to weave in, go back and forth a little bit. Okay, then we're going to clip that off. You're going to do the same for the other side, and then we'll start on the feet. All right, now that we have both wings on, so cute. All right, secured. Now let's do the feet. And these are actually a really important part of the project because if you want your owl to sit up, this is kind of what's going to support that. All right. So here's the thing. You want them sticking out the front. So I would go 1 to about 3 between rounds 3 and 4 there. And they're going to want to be angled about like this, okay? And then 1 on this side. Okay, so I'm just gonna, well, I better loop this through my tapestry needle before I hold it in place. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold it here. All right, see how it's a little bit diagonal like that? Hold it as best you can with one hand. Take your other hand in your tapestry needle, and I know this is already closed, but just, darn it. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. So just work under those stitches, holding it, and work under the stitches of the owl body as you go. Okay. You guys see that? I'm trying to get under those stitches. There we go. Okay. So this is really what is going to balance this out and let this guy stand up. All right. So we got that. Now weave this in. Back through the foot. Okay, let's do this other one. This is why you got to leave those long tails. This could have been a little bit, I could have left it a little longer. So now just kind of line it up to where the other one is. Should be diagonal, 1, 2, 3, between kind of rounds 3 and 4 there. I'm just going to go through here, around these stitches. Okay. Trying to hold it together. All right. Almost stitched on. Okay. I think that's pretty good. All right. I'm going to fasten this off. As you can see, it has a nice base now to stand up. Look at that. Okay. We got our feet on, we got our wings, we got the head. But there you go. Here's your cute Ogo owl. Hope you enjoy. Make it in multiple colors, and be sure to head over to yarnspirations.com to download the free pattern.